Hey guys, Jengar here. Welcome to today's realistic review in which we are taking a look at the G.55 sottoserie 0, one of the planes in the Italian fighter lines, which is fantastic. This plane is pretty similar to the G.55s with some differences here and there, of course, as we take out this P-51D and take the plane into a little dive to make a pass on this Hellcat here, which is climbing. He does see us, he is making a turn for it. Let's see if he can get away. We take the lead and we pepper him out of the sky, taking our second kill in the game. We have a fantastic plane here for the medium to low altitudes. It really is a joy to fly there. It is at its best there above 5,000 meters. It doesn't have the same performance as some of the planes that are specialized for that altitude, and so you are not in your ideal altitude range there. We do take a shot here on this Hellcat, but he gets shot down before we can really get our shots in, unfortunately, but it is what it is. We have to try to save our ally here. Unfortunately, his wing gets taken off as we try to find a spot on the 6 of this P-47 here. This P-47 is definitely on the wrong altitude and we take him down with ease with our 5 centralized guns. We used an 800 meter convergence, by the way, because this is all nose mounted guns, and I used air targets for this match. Now the plane does have a good climb rate, not as good as the G.55 because of the extra guns, the extra weight I guess, but still a good climb rate, good acceleration in the plane as well. As we go for a head-on with this PBJ, he's taking a few pot shots, but he is also pursued by another guy here as we are turning around to try to get a shot on this guy. 3 kills in the bag already in the early phases of this fight. It's quite a nice start, and I was pretty feeling pretty comfortable that we could get an ace in this match with those early kills and the firepower in this plane. Unfortunately, this PBJ gets taken out by our ally there in the G.55s. Also fantastic plane. As we decided to keep climbing, we still had enough rounds left in our guns. There's 2 enemies left as another few planes were taken out of our range, and I decided to go to the enemy airfield. After the good acceleration, this plane also has good maneuverability when on faster and medium speeds. It has good performance on mid to low altitude, like I said, and the armament is fantastic. It really is a beam of death. Now there's also some downsides you have to take into account. Of course, the top speed of this plane is not stellar. There's a lot of planes that have a higher top speed and are also better in a dive. This plane does suffer from a little bit of compression at the higher speeds. It is not as bad as the 202s and the 205s though. Those planes really have a lethal compression when it comes to the higher speeds, and that really affects their effective top speed. But this plane can still pull out of most dives. It does have compression though, and if you're in a dive against another plane which doesn't suffer from compression, he has more maneuverability in that dive and can more easily shoot you down, which is not good. The plane also suffers from overheating, just like pretty much all the planes in the Italian line. It does cool down reasonably easy again though, so you just gotta keep an eye on it, and that won't be a problem. But yeah, in an extensive dogfight, it is a negative and it is a weak spot, because at a certain point you can't use WEP anymore if you don't want to kill your engine. So there is that to take into consideration. It also loses maneuverability at lower speeds, so you definitely don't want to be taken into an extensive dogfight, because eventually you will lose the agility that the plane has, and you will most likely be shot down by anything except thunderbolts and stuff like that. We've got the XP-55 which crashed himself taking off, and we see a dot there on the airfield as well, meaning the other plane that is left in the enemy team is also taking off right now. And I also wanted to tell you that you have to take note of the energy retention in the vertical. That's not too good. So if you go extensively into the vertical, this plane will lose more speed than some other planes that are good in the vertical. So you gotta keep into mind what you are fighting, and if you're fighting a Bf-109, for example, you don't want to go into the vertical too much in this plane. There are planes that are better at that, and you gotta take that into account. As we take our 4th kill with the G.55 there, she came up from us from his takeoff. Maybe a little bit enthusiastic from him, but yeah, he did that and he found a quick death. We now are the closest fighter in our team to this P-47, who is staying very close to his airfield, trying to get altitude. And we're gonna have to try to take him down if we want to take that ace that we wanted to get, or that I felt comfortable getting. Of course, we already missed that Hellcat, which we tried to take out as he came up into the vertical. But he was taken out by another guy, and the PBJ that was taken out by that other guy that we had a lot of hits on. So we did have our opportunities to already close down the ace, but yeah, we are gonna have to do it with this P-47. We do have some allies that were still in the match though, 4 of them I think, but they all went back to the airfield while I chose to continue on to the enemy airfield. That's why we are still alone here at the moment. But there is one ally coming in who also wants his 3rd kill, I believe. We did take a little bit of damage here and there in the meantime. Our engine is still in fine condition though. And our elevator is a little bit damaged, but it didn't feel like it was affecting the flight performance. As you see there, he comes, the G.55s, which took the PBJ out when we tried to get that. Okay, let's see, we are turning, we are going for this cloud here, we are at 3,500 meters. We do have the enemy AA on us. We do have some altitude though. We still have 7 minutes of fuel. The engine is overheating a little bit as we're trying to climb with this P-47 and try to keep the better position here. This is basically a positioning fight at the moment, as we are both trying to vie for position and get the better position on the other guy. Now he is coming in here, and I have a choice here to take the head-on or to maneuver out of the way. I decide to maneuver out of the way and to lure him into the vertical. He does get a glancing hit on our engine though, and that damages it, which is not good, so that means I have to take him out quickly. We turn here and we use the flaps to make the turn a little quicker, but the P-47N is very good in a dive, and it's also the P-47 with the best roll rate in the game, so he manages to roll away from me and I cannot keep up with this, and I decide to extend. I gotta get the hell out of here. We're in AA fire, and maybe I should have taken that head on. I move myself, but I get another glancing hit by the AA. 4 kills and 1 assist as our ally takes out that fighter. Unfortunately, we don't fill the ace, but it was a good match and a good showcase of what this plane can do on medium to low altitudes. 4 kills, pretty nice. Let's see, we have Terror of the Sky, we have Bulletproof, we have 76,000 Silver Lions and almost 7,000 research points. 2nd in the team. I'll see you in the conclusion. Hey guys, so here we are after the match. Now this plane is quite enjoyable. I didn't die yet in it. It had 4 or 5 matches I believe, with 11 kills. Let's see, to make sure. I think it was 5 matches? Yeah, 5 matches, 11 kills, 0 deaths with some ground targets as well. It's a good plane, you get solid performances in it, and when you keep it into its ideal range, you will have very little deaths in the plane. The plane, like I said, good climb rate, good acceleration, good maneuverability on fast and medium speeds, good performance on mid to low altitude, great armament, all nose mounted. It really is a beam of death. Not the fastest plane though, also not in a dive, suffers a little bit from compression when you reach the top speeds of the plane, which aren't the fastest, and on the higher altitudes it doesn't have the performance boost that some of the specialists at that altitude do have, so that's not where you want to fight those planes. The maneuverability will suffer when you get low and slow. At slower speeds this plane becomes less maneuverable and you will be in danger then. The energy retention is decent except when you take it into the vertical. Extensive moving into the vertical will really decrease your speed, and it's a weak point of the plane as well. All in all though, a good plane with good firepower and a lot of good sides that you can take to use the plane and get good results in. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the review. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, become part of this community. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video, do leave me a comment, and if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel.